welcome back to Youth Talk, and today we have Stephanie with us. She is also a chiropractor. Hi Stephanie.
Hi.
Okay, so let's just get right into it. So we would like to know what got you into chiropractic therapy.
Okay, so maybe I'll just briefly let everybody know what is chiropractic about in the very first place. So chiropractic is actually a healthcare profession, but we focuses a lot on your spine and other joints in the body. Now we use something everybody is pretty familiar with is spinal adjustment, which is the one that you normally hear the crack, but actually is to restore joint mobility and also to help like your joint function and also to interact with the nervous system, because we are dealing with the spine, and so our spine, we have a lot of nerves coming up from there. It's not just about like chiropractic adjustment, we also give like exercises, diet recommendation, because we do cover a bit of nutrition sometimes, lifestyle modification, etc. So it's like we look into wellness more. So what got me into chiropractic is when I was at the age about 19 to 20, I actually discovered that I had something called scoliosis. So scoliosis is actually an abnormal curve in the spine. So I discovered that during my 20s, and then I visited a chiropractor. So I've been consistently and diligently going for my chiropractic treatments, and then from then on, I gained interest about chiropractic because from the very start, I really knew that I'm most probably going to go something into like related to healthcare industry. But I was just figuring like what would it be? Would it be medicine, dentistry? I was not sure during my college days. So after talking to my chiropractor, I actually feel like, actually this job is pretty fun. It's pretty interesting as well because I was very interested in biology. So I just went for it.
Oh, okay. So you said you have scoliosis. So what changes did you have to make? For example, your lifestyle.
Okay, number one, I definitely have to cut out time to go for my treatments. And I know when we are young, because now I'm dealing with young patients, I know, like when you are young, you don't feel pain. So you feel like, I actually don't need this treatment. Unless you're having pain then, or like you really will be very consistent with your treatment. But most of us, we probably, in your early 20s, you don't really feel the pain. So I had to like tell myself that, okay, if I want to sort this out, I have to be consistent with my treatments. So that's about it for me, going to treatments. But I still continue on with like sports, and back then I was doing cheerleading as well. But I had to be very mindful, like I have to be very careful of my posture, and I have to do like stretches, exercises, kind of thing to maintain.
Did you have anything that you have to give up on?
No, not really. Because thankfully my scoliosis is not serious to begin with. It's like mild, so it's still manageable and it's not painful for me. So I could still carry on with my sports and everything as long as I'm very diligent with my stretching, exercises, and of course going to my chiropractor for treatments.
Oh, I see. Okay, so because you said because of scoliosis made you get interested in chiropractic therapy, so are you able to treat yourself?
No, I can't. Sadly, I can't because I can't adjust myself. Why? Because our adjustments are very specific. The chiropractor's adjustments are very specific. We need to be like, if I want that specific joint to move, so I'm going to place my hand around that joint. So sets us apart from like any other. People would say like, oh, what's the difference between me cracking my own back versus like you cracking my back? So the specificity is very important. So I definitely cannot perform those adjustments on myself. So I need to like either ask my colleagues or go to my friends who are a chiropractor to treat.
Okay. Do you treat children?
Yes, I do. It's also a growing field in Malaysia. The awareness of like pediatric chiropractic is still not as high or as big as other countries like US, UK, or even Australia. In those places, because I was in UK for a short period of time, it's very common for them to actually send their kids in for just a check, even right after delivery. And chiropractors, they work closely with like pediatricians. In those countries. So I think in Malaysia, this is slowly improving, but we have a long way more to go in this awareness for pediatric chiropractic.
Why is it necessary for babies to do chiro?
Common things that we see in kids would be like colic. Colic means like they would just cry for no reason, or like torticollis, which is like tightening of muscle of just one side. So sometimes parents will just notice like, how come my kid is crawling a little bit different or walking a little bit different? So they'll bring them in for a check, and we will just go through. I mean, some of them is just like prevention is better than cure, right? So might as well just bring my kid in to just have a screen and a check. Yeah, so if we find something, we would treat it. But kids, right, they recover way faster than adults. So they don't have to like keep coming back into the chiropractor office. They can just come in. Most of the time, they just have to come in like 2 to 3 times, and they would pretty much recover, and then they can just come in for a follow-up, and that's fine.
Ooh, then do you have to be like more careful while treating them? Because like, you know, babies are more fragile. They are like, you know.
Definitely. The strength and the force we use on them is definitely way different compared to like adults. Yeah, it can be as gentle as like just like touching, but it will take a great effect on them. Yeah, it's just very light touch, especially infants. So parents can just like don't have to worry about like, we're not gonna like crack the infant, you know, like no, we're not gonna do that.
Yeah, I think that's the most common thing they would think about it if they're not sure about it. Okay, due to this pandemic, so have you noticed that there's any increase in injury after these MCOs were implemented?
So a lot of my clients, like when I speak to them, they actually like they either like just simply set up a space like temporary, or like they just sit in their living room or sit in their at their dining table. Yeah, so as they then of course long-term wise, it's gonna cause like back pain, neck pain, as you keep staring at the computer without like a good posture. So when they come in, apart from doing adjustment on them, we will also advise like, hey, you should get this kind of like table, this kind of chair, or you should sit with a pillow at your back, or you should elevate your laptop to eye level. Yeah, so we would advise accordingly. It would be easier on them as well as they go home.
Okay. So also because of this pandemic, like we know that Spine Plus has been on a break. So now it has finally reopened, right? So how do you feel about it?
Of course, very happy to be back. But of course, we have to be very careful as well, because we know that the cases, especially in Klang Valley, I'm practicing in Klang Valley, so Selangor cases is quite high. So we don't want to take things for granted as well. So there's a lot of SOP that we follow. I mean, as long as we practice the SOP, I think it's safe for everybody.
You have already opened your own center, which is Spine Plus. And so what's next?
We are not even 1 year old yet. Yeah, we're turning 1 soon. But yeah, I would still think that at this point of time, we just want to manage this center, this location well first before thinking about like expanding or anything. Because I think that there's still a lot of potential to this place, and to continue to grow the team as well first before we think about like further plans and etc.
Okay, so I mean, you said it's less than 1 year old, means when you started this, it's before MCO, but it was really close.
I started in October-ish last year, so it was after the first MCO, but after I opened, the second wave hit. So I would say when I opened, it was already like pandemic. So I wouldn't say it's like a no to open during pandemic, but of course you have to weigh all your financial commitments and everything before you just open like that. Yeah, have a good planning. I think it's okay.
Okay, alright. Thank you so much for answering all our questions, and we are done.
No problem.
Would like to have you to leave the youth a message.
I think that youth nowadays, like, you guys have a lot of like access to a lot of information. Because today we're at a topic like it's like career, right? So I would say just really go out there and explore what you guys are passionate about. Like, I just stumbled upon this because I had a conversation with my own chiropractor. Go out and explore, talk to people who are already in this industry, or like search up in the internet. It's so advanced right now, and just pursue whatever you guys are passionate about. And yes, if any of you who are watching this video, you are like interested in chiropractic, or like, oh, maybe I might want to be a chiropractor, you can just reach out to me on my Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for being here today, and we have actually learned a lot from you. To our viewers, if you enjoyed today's episode, remember to like and subscribe for more. If you have any suggestions for professionals to talk, do let us know in the comment section below. And check out our website at youthnewsofficial.com, and you can find us on our Instagram at theyouth_official_, and there will be a link for you that will bring you to our other social media platforms as well. So you guys can also go and check out Stephanie's Instagram, which is
at Stephanie, Cuifen, Chuifen. Yeah, that's my Chinese name. But if you guys want to know more about Spine Plus, you can also head over to Spine Plus Instagram. It's spineplus.my. Very simple. Yeah, so that's about it. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. See you next time around. Bye.